Hi, Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. I don't know if you follow me on my Facebook page. It's Cottage Lane Stamper and Friends. I want to go make a interactive birthday card for my grandson the other day. And I had made the card, and then I saw this really cute interactive piece. It was a pop-up card, it was called, or pop out. Well, come to find out, it only works if you cut your paper 4 1/4 by 11, and I did 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 by 11. Yeah, is that right? Okay, I cut mine this way, and you're supposed to cut it this way. So I had this beautiful card already made. I spent a few hours making it, and come to find out that the interactive wasn't going to work because it had to be cut this way and scored in the middle here. So today I am going to try and show you a version of that, and to be honest with you, I don't know how much longer I'll be a demonstrator through a series of events. Right now I am battling shingles and in pain most of the time. It's been like 90 days now. So I think my camera's a little crooked there. Anyway, I thought I'd try to do this just to take my mind off the pain a little bit. So I am going to use, I wanted to use something that was active in the catalog right now. It's now November 2025, and so I'm going to use the Coneflower Celebrations. I did make a birthday card for my cousin, I think, using this. And I found out a couple of things. So I bought the bundle, as I normally do, because you save 10%, plus I always find out if I don't buy the bundle, I wish I had later. So it comes with 2 different coneflowers. Now, this one cuts like this, so it's made to fold over, and then it also cuts with this die, which is embellished or embossed, or however you want to say it. And I found out that you actually need like 2 of them, and I guess I didn't stagger these enough, but it does these little lines in there. So took me a while to figure that out. And it comes with leaves. I've already die cut some of this stuff out just to make it go a little faster. And the stem. And then a butterfly. And the coneflower top itself, if you want the technical word, it's echinacea. I heard this a lot at work. I used to work for the DNR. So anyway, I wished it would have come with 2 of those. And when I get my kit, or my bundle, I make photocopies of everything that's in there, so that I know when I go to put away that if something's missing, and it just came with the 1. But I wish it had 2. Anyway, that's my personal preference. And then it comes with all these really nice sentiments. It says, "Happy belated birthday," which I really needed a lot this year. "Thank you, celebrating you. You make my day. It's your day. I'm sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. And I love that I've known you for so many birthdays." So, and then it's got the coneflower stamp and the 2 leaves and the butterfly. So I'm going to put this together on the card front, and then I'm going to show you the interactive part of the card. I actually, to be honest with you, I'm ashamed to say this, I spent about 5 hours trying to make it work for a card that would fold my normal way. Let's see. Nope, that's not it either. You know what I mean. When you cut it, let's see, 8 1/2 by 11. Right. But for this one, you need to cut it 4 1/4 by 11. I'll get that straight. I'm on medication right now, and it's messing up with my mind too, so it is taking some of the pain away, but not all of it. Anyway, so these are the pieces in the die set. I'm going to put those away quick so I don't lose any of them, because I have done this. The other day I lost the envelope. I had the dies and I couldn't figure out what I did with the envelope. And, or I had found one magnetic sheet of the dies and I couldn't find the other magnetic sheet. And here I opened up my stamp set and lo and behold, it was there. So anyway, that's still available on the Stampin' Up! Website. So let's put this card together. And this is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. So 5 1/2. And make sure I use my scoring blade. And I got this cute little thing. You'll have to check out my Facebook page. I just work on a little card table or a folding table. And I got this cute little thing that you can attach to the side of your table to hold like your Stampin' trimmer. I'm always setting it here and setting it there, and especially since I moved and had to redesign my craft room in a different layout. So we're going to I'm using Melon Mambo, and we're just going to put a little glue on here. I'm going to put this right here in the front. Make sure you line it up good. And you know what? I don't have a light on. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I tell you, my mind is just shot. Anyway, and when you're doing adhering your embossed pieces, use like the multi-purpose glue or the Stampin' Seal Plus, or actually tear and tape. I would do like 1, 2, 3 if that was my preference of choices. So, because you don't have as many surfaces to touch the paper. So, and I must have. I did not cut this. I cut this too short, so this will mess up my paper trimmer. I need 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Have to clean this off afterwards. Isn't too bad. I'll try this again. There. And this is the brick and mortar embossing folder. It's retired, but it's one of my favorites when I'm using flowers. So on the front we are going to put our coneflower, and I've got the stem and a couple leaves, and I like that the leaves have a double layer. Now here I went and used old olive, and I think it's granny apple green, and the stem is made granny apple green too. So we're just gonna silicone mat so I don't get glue on my paper. I'm just gonna press this down here, I think. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. I can find them. There we go. And I did find that when I glued them together, kind of had to stagger them. And then one of the sides doesn't match up, so I just trimmed one side of it a little bit. So that makes sense. Let me see if I have some miniature ones too. Looks like we're getting off the haul at another. Another pad of these. Just cutting these in pieces. So I'm going to put some of these on the leaves. Not too many, because I want it to stick up a little bit. Just going to put 3 on there. And peel those off. I know it's fall and I should be doing Christmas cards and stuff, but I haven't. With my shingles, I haven't really felt in the mood, to be honest with you. But I did want to share this. Should I not be a demonstrator after December? I just want you to know that I'll probably just pop on here and there, and it'll mostly be technique. And not new product. So I'm just going to stamp that there. That will be that, and then I'm going to think of a sentiment to put on here later. I've done that a lot. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put my butterfly on here. Let's see. I should have maybe put that leaf down lower. And put the butterfly on there. I'm going to put another dimensional under here. Oops, stuck to my finger. And then put the butterfly on. There, that's what I was going to do. There. So now we're going to do the card, the inside of the card that drove me to distraction. So, what you're going to do, I've got a pop-out slider card. And I actually emailed the woman. I said, do you have directions to make it for a card that goes this way, portrait this way? And she goes, well, you'll just have to turn your card the other direction. And I said, well, I already made my card. So I'm going to show you how to do this today. I think it's kind of a fun little card. So we're going to need 2 strips of paper. Because my card base is white, I'm using white. And we're going to have one that is 2 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to score it at 1/4 and 4 3/4. And then another piece, and we're going to start with this piece. I'm calling this piece A. That is 1 1/2 by 9 3/4. And we are going to score this. I'm going to bring out my scoreboard. I'm going to set this stamp set over here. And so we're doing this on the long side. So we are scoring it at 3/4, 5 1/4, 7, 7 1/2. Let's see, kind of got out of alignment there, and 9 1/4. So when you're finished, I don't know if you can see that, one of these is going to be a little bit wider on one end from the other end. One is 3/4 and the other one is a 1/2 inch. And so the second piece, we are going to score on the long side at 1/4, just here, and 5 inches, which is also, oops, I did that wrong, 4 3/4. It's supposed to be 4 3/4. 4 3/4. And I think I thought these were both supposed to be the same. Well, there's one way to find out. We're going to bend these down. Get this out of here. And this is supposed to fit from here to here. So, yep, this one, they're both supposed to be a 1/2 inch. So, to correct that, I wrote down my directions wrong, so this is a 1/2 inch also. There. And I'll put all the dimensions on my blog, which is cottagelanestamper.blogspot.com. So now we're going to put some glue or tear and tape on these. So let me get this, find the end here, which is usually the hardest part, and tear it off there. And if you can see, tear it off there. Okay, now those are going to be burnished here, and I like to do the tape also at the same time because it helps you peel the backing off. Okay, now we come to the other part. So this is going to be the workhorse of the mechanism. I think I'm getting a little there, lined up very well. So we're going to bend this side down, and then the other parts, so these are folded down, this one is, so these will all be folded up. I'm going to do it once and then I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. So there and there, there, and so you have a piece that should look like a J when you're finished. Okay, now we're going to put some tape on those also. So on this piece here that's folding down, we're going to put tape, tear and tape, and put 2 strips on here, okay? Because this is going to get a little bit of a workout when you're opening and closing the door. The door, the card, the car door. Okay, then we're going to flip it over, okay? And we're going to put tape here on this small little section. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. We're going to put tape here, which would be good because we'll cover up our boo-boo. And here. So when you're finished, you'll have tape on these 2 small pieces here and on this part here. Okay. Now we're going to bring in our card. Hope I'm doing this right. It should work. Now, I like to use my old paper piercing tool. If you don't have this, you can use the take your pick tool or whatever else you have. And you want this centered from top to bottom and aligned on the edges with the side of your card. Okay? There. Now, this is where I got screwed up yesterday. So we're going to tuck this underneath here, and I'm going to take off this piece on the end that's one single strip, fold it under, and you want this to be laying flat when you do this. So this lines up with that. And I think I need to move this over just a smidge, because it's going over the edge of my card. So it's a good thing to test that out before you do the second part. So I am going to lay this flat, make sure that this does not go on beyond the edge, and that this lines up with the fold. So I'm going to keep that flat. Let's see. And I'm just going to move this over a smidge too. There we go. So when it's flat, it should look like that. And we're going to take the tape off of these pieces. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to do a background for the inside here, but that's okay. So this is going to be like this, and we're going to close our card. And then we have this little like pedestal to put our inside piece on. So I have forgotten to create the inside piece. So we're just going to take a piece of cardstock. Let's see if I have a piece laying here. Yeah, we're going to take the one where I messed up yesterday. And we're just going to cut a piece, I think about about 3 inches wide. So that's 3 by 4 1/4. And I think then we'll do another piece of pink to back that up with. This is Millimambo. So this is about 3 1/8, and we're going to do 4 1/8. I think that should fit pretty good. I do this sometimes. I just take the piece of paper that's going to be on top and lay it on top and just cut it that way. I don't want to be bothered with those small itty-bitty pieces. So we're going to just lay this on here like that. And I'm going to take, and I tried something different for the outside, and it's got a little, what do you call it, a spatter like this. And I saw somebody had spattered on their cone pieces, the top part, but I couldn't get it to look as nice as theirs. So we're just going to use this, and I'm going to glue that on there. There. Cover that up. Now this I just stamped tone on tone, Millimambo, and then I took a Millimambo and a blender brush and kind of brushed a little bit to give it a little bit of depth here. So, and now we're going to put, oops, we're going to do it this way. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to put the sentiment on the top part here. So we're going to do early espresso, and I'm just going to stamp It's Your Day. And I like to use my paper piercing mat when I'm doing photopolymer because it gives a better impression. There. Let's do that. Put that little hoobie diver over there. So I'm just gonna, I should have die cut a stem here. Let me just do that real quick. And I'll just stamp some leaves on there. I'll stamp a leaf. Yep. I'm just going to stamp. I think we'll just stamp the stem. Bring this back in here. Get a nice long block. Get some old olive. Now, if you see something you like and you don't have all the supplies, it's no big deal. Just use what you have. I certainly can't buy anything, everything I want in the catalog. I do with a little leaf there. So just use what you have and be particular about what you buy. Oops. I think I'm going to have to do another stamp, another leaf to cover up my boo-boo. I know you guys never do that. See, I had ink on the outside there, so I'm just going to try to cover it up. Now, can you see it? Shh, don't tell anybody. So then I'm just going to put this on here. And if you wanted to, you could take your blender, not blender, Stampin' blends, and color that in. Let's see if I have any olive green. Let's see. There's my old olive. And we'll just kind of color those in. Let's see, some of these are drying out for me. And I should just toss them, but I'm too Dutch, so there we go. And I actually should have used the lighter color, because now I'm losing the definition of the lines in my leaf. So live and learn, right? Do as I say, not as I do. Probably heard that a time or two in your life. I'm going to do that one's dried out. Here's another old olive. Hopefully this will be, it's much better. I'll use the other end. You know what, I'm really not liking this. I'm going to die cut some leaves and I'll be right back. So we're back. Anyway, I went and die cut a stem. I'm just going to put that on there. And let's go there. I should have put the leaves on first so I can tuck them under. Kind of hide up my stamping. I'm a little disappointed that Stampin' Up! Got rid of the Stampin' Right markers, because there's a lot that you can do with those, but they didn't ask me, so here we go. We're going to cut that off. There. Oh, I just cut my card. Oh dear. Anyway, I'll try to hide that too. Maybe no one will notice because of the beautifulness of everything else. So I'm going to tuck this here, attach this. Now if you wanted to, you could put some sequins on here. I'm not going to. This is going to go here. I'm not sure how much. I'm just going to put it in the middle because I'm not sure what is going to be covering on the end. So I love this. When I first got this set, I have to tell you that I wasn't sure. I thought that this piece here would match the dies, but it does not. So apparently it wasn't meant to be that way. The dies just work with this piece here, or this, yeah, the stamp doesn't work with this piece. Or no, the stamp works with this, but not with the other piece, sorry. Got it backwards. So we're gonna take this, and I'm gonna see if I can find some embellishments around here. Let's see what we got. I like to use up what I have because sequins. And we're gonna put, here's my dimensions. I'm gonna have to change that one because it's wrong. I'm gonna put on here and two down here. There, that looks pretty. Now, bring back our card, and we're gonna lay this, close this up, and see where our piece will go. So it brings it right to the measure. I should have measured this, but I do so much stuff by the seat of my pants that I'm going to close this and stick this in here. Press it down, and now we have this beautiful card popping out at us, and it says, "It's your day." So this could be for a birthday, celebration of some kind, but I think it turned out rather well. Maybe I'll put some sequins on the front too, kind of carry that theme through. And your take your pick tool is really good for this too, because you can kind of scoot them up and they stick Let's see, where do I want to put them? I'll put one here and one here. There. I always like to do it in odd numbers. That's what I was taught in school. So anyway, there's our card with the beautiful embossing, the brick background. And then you open it up. And you have this beautiful pop-up card. Now you could cover this part up here too, and you could stamp your sentiment up there. But I just kind of like it like this. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will put the dimensions on my blog, cottageLaneStamper.blogspot.com. And you have a great day. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. If you like and share, subscribe, it helps with the algorithms and I'll show up in your feed. Otherwise, I'll just kind of drop off. That's the way it goes in Facebook now. So, and on YouTube also, which is the only two places besides my blog that I post anything. So, you take care. May God bless.